welcome back to my channel. My name is Trisha and I look exactly the same as I did in my last video because I'm filming all in one day today because I've been super busy. But I'm really excited because I got a new product from Josh's Frogs and you guys know that I love them. And they have a new Biobedding, which is my favorite substrate to use for all of my tropical animals. But they have made a specific blend for desert animals now as well, or just arid species that have just a more dry environment that they come from. So this is what the bag looks like. I'm holding it a little awkward because I popped a hole in it and I'm trying to not spill dirt all over the floor. But it is called the Josh's Frogs Biobedding Desert Bioactive Substrate. I am so pumped to try this. This is perfect for leopard geckos or any type of animal that has a dry environment, but can also suit the microfauna that you may want to put in to create a bioactive substrate. What I love about this product is that not only is it good for dry animals, but a lot of the times when you're using a substrate for a dry species, you aren't able to wet it because it will mold, especially like if you use like aspen or something. If you were to spray that down, it would turn really moldy and gross. But for a lot of animals when they're shedding, it's good to mist down the enclosure just to give them a little humidity spike. So this type of a substrate would be suitable for that. It's not going to mold or get it gross or anything. So you can just spray it on top as needed and then leave it mostly dry for the environment that you need for your animal. So I'm going to be trying this out today for my corn snake Bloom because he recently just shed and I didn't know that he was in shed and it was a little rough. So I need to take him out, give him a bath, clean him off, get all that old skin off, and then I'm gonna reintroduce him to his enclosure with this brand new substrate, and I'm so excited to try it out. So thank you so much, Josh's Frogs, for sending me this. They sent me another big bag that I'm not gonna pick up right now because it's like way too big and I'm weak, so it's just the one for now. But thank you so much, Josh's Frogs. I'm so excited to try this out. You guys should check out their website. They sell pretty much anything that you could possibly need for reptile keeping, as well as captive bred animals and feeders for your animals as well. So they are amazing. You guys can use my discount code Reptilian Garden 15 at the checkout. You have to be signed into your account and it is a one-time use only, so use it wisely. But yeah, I'm really excited. We're gonna go ahead and try this with Bloom and see how he likes it. So currently this is Bloom's enclosure. As you can see, I did not know he was in shed, so I never gave him that humidity spike and he is having a very rough shed. I'm gonna have to try and find him and take him out and just let him soak for a while. Right now, the substrate that I'm using, I actually used a little bit of Josh's Frogs Biobedding and then I mainly used repti chip. And then there's a little bit of leaf litter. So I'm gonna clean this out and put the new substrate in and see how it goes. So first things first, I need to put Bloom somewhere else. That way I can just start cleaning out his enclosure. So because he's having a rough shed, I'm going to let him soak while I clean out his enclosure and put in the new substrate. So I'm just adding some Repti Safe to some warm water. And now we need to find Bloom, which he normally is over here. There he is. Yeah, he's having a rough day today. As you can see, there's some skin hanging on him. It's just not comfortable. So poor guy is not having a good day. We're gonna help him out. Should probably use 2 hands for this. All right, so I'm just gonna place him. Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this because as you can see, we have a wild snake. So I cannot get Bloom in there by myself, so I was just able to get all of this shut off in pieces, but I literally cannot get him in there. Like, it's impossible. He's so big now and he's so fast. There's still a little bit of stuck shed by his head that I'm gonna try and work on, but I think I'm just gonna put him in the enclosure as I put the substrate in because this is a little bit difficult. As I'm pouring it in, Bloom is just checking it all out. I think that he likes the new texture. He's like, what is going on? So I'm just dumping it and then mixing it around the enclosure. And look at him. There's just this mountain of substrate and he's just climbing on it. Hey, cutie. You like this? New smells? He just wants to literally burrow into it. And yeah, he still has a tiny bit of stuck shed, like right after his head. He was getting really stressed out with me. handling him and trying to get it all. So, oh my God, look at him. He is loving this. I'm just waiting for his little head to pop up somewhere. Where are you? I kind of need to mix this around the enclosure. He's just disappearing into it. And there he is. He's like really liking this stuff. Hey Bloomy, you happy? Alright guys, so the substrate is in and I am absolutely loving how this looks and the way it feels. It is like so soft to the touch. It's very sandy and like Bloom is just loving it. He is exploring like crazy. He's checking everything out. He is just like really into this. So I just have to fill up the water bowl and then I think I'm gonna add some leaf litter because that's like my favorite thing to do as like a final touch. But like it's actually helping get his shed off a little bit too, which is fantastic because he did not want me to touch him near his head. So yeah, he looks so happy in here. And he keeps trying to like burrow underneath of it, so it's good for burrowing too. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it and then just watch him because he is like thoroughly entertained with this new substrate. It's the little things. He's still just checking everything out and slithering around. And then here is my bag of leaf litter that I also got from Josh's Frogs. So they have a lot of different options too. I just picked this one up because I like it the most. All right, so it is complete. He is still just exploring everything and enjoying the new smells of this substrate and burrowing into it. I'm really just obsessed with the texture of it. It just feels so nice and soft and it's just sandy. It's perfect for an arid environment like a corn snake. I definitely want to try this for my leopard gecko too. So I'm very happy with this. I think this looks way more naturalistic than the repti chip anyway. And I think it's just more suitable for Bloom. So he seems very happy. He's like really checking everything out, even though he was mad at me for helping assist with his really horrible shed. But next time I need to pay more attention and spray down the enclosure. And it's nice because I'll be able to spray it down with this type of a substrate too. So very happy about this. Thank you so much, Josh's Frogs. Bloom is very happy with this and so am I. Hey guys, so here is a little update. It has been almost a week since I set up everything, and as you can see, Bloom got that little bit of shed off of him, so he's looking fantastic. And honestly, since I put this substrate in, he's been more active. I think that he explores more and he checks things out. He's very interested in smelling everything. So far I'm absolutely loving it because he seems to be loving it. He's such a little alien. I love this little snake so much. There were a couple of things that I did want to bring up. So because this is a biobedding, I didn't put any microfauna in here, although I think that I might. I think it's a good idea for a corn snake to go bioactive. So I think that I'm going to order some isopods and see how they do in here. They should establish well because that's what this substrate was made for, was to be a biobedding for microfauna. So I'm going to try that out. I just need to make sure that I use a dry species of isopods because it is a dry environment. So before, I've tried springtails and such with a dry environment and they end up dying because they need moisture. So it's important to make sure that you get the correct types of isopods. So I need to do more research on it, but I'm going to add that to this enclosure. One other thing I wanted to mention, there is some sand in this enclosure and that makes people nervous because they get worried about impactions. However, because the sand is mixed in with other substrates and other different components in the substrate, it doesn't cause a blockage because there's other things going on. So this should be safe for your animals. If you are still concerned, you can always just feed your snake outside of the enclosure. I haven't fed him yet. I have to feed him tonight, so I'll see how it goes. I may add it to the video. But yeah, so I'm just going to feed him in the enclosure. I think it'll be fine. I may mix it up a little bit more because it just needs to be mixed up a little bit more, but I'm absolutely loving this substrate. I think it looks so naturalistic. And Bloom just kind of looks like a fake snake because he's just posing. But I really love this. Thank you so much, Josh's Frogs, for sending me this substrate. It is so amazing. Yeah, and you guys should check them out. Use my coupon code, save some money, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bloom says goodbye.